It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
JR Motorsports, Junior Motorsports, and his owners up here, Dale Earnhardt Jr., crew chief Tony Eury Sr., and we'll start with Tony. Your thoughts about Brad picking up his second win here tonight. You can pick that mic up and talk right into it, Tony. Thank you.
Well, the last time we was here, we ran real good and thought we had a shot to win the race, and the rain come and kind of messed us up. We ended up finishing fourth, but we knew we had a good car. But we came back this time, knew what adjustments we needed to make to be a little bit better, and we worked on those this morning. And you know, we wasn't really sure we got it. We were a little concerned that we thought the racetrack was a little different this time than what it was in the spring. So we were a little concerned. We made some changes that we didn't really think we were going to have to make, but I think that's why we qualified so bad. The car was real loose for qualifying, but it came around in the race, and tickled Brad did a good job. And you know, it's hard to start in the back here and not get lapped, but you know, I just told him, I said, you got to race hard, but you got to be patient with these guys too. So you know, he did both. He did a good job, and here we are.
Dale, that first win that Brad had in Nashville, I don't believe you were able to see in person, but certainly able to see this one tonight. Congratulations, and what's your thoughts?
I'm just real happy for Brad, and he's so deserving. You know, he does such a good job. He's done such a good job for us this year, and we're really proud of what we've accomplished. I'm happy for Tony Sr. It certainly means a lot to him for all the effort that he puts into his team to go out and be able to perform like he expects to. And having worked with him for so long, I know how important these wins are to him. The team's doing really well, putting up a good showing for themselves in the last third of the season here, and we're just trying to keep the momentum going. This is a huge win for our company, and the future of the company really depends on us having finishes like this. And I don't know, you know, I didn't get to see the expressions on all their faces after the first win. A lot of those people have been with our company since we started. I mean, it's not that old of a company, but it seems like we've been together for years now, trying to trudge through and get this thing off the ground. And we brought in a lot of key people that we have to give a lot of credit to. Obviously, my partner, Rick Hendrick, and all the resources that he brought to the table at the beginning of the season for us really helped our program tremendously, giving us great equipment and engines and engineering help. And it really gives Tony Sr. and those guys the tools to go out and compete like they did tonight.
We'll take questions now for either Dale or Tony. Go ahead, Bob.
Dale, did you have any...
Come on, bring that thing up here.
Go ahead.
Did you have any potential sponsors here tonight watching the race, and what does this do for sponsorship, do you feel, in the future?
We don't have anyone that we're entertaining specifically here this weekend, but you know, definitely things like this definitely help our chances in putting together a bona fide program next season. And it's really important, you know, like I said there at the end of the last statement, runs like this really help our program and the future of our program. And you know, I feel like we're definitely this season we've really risen toward the top, and we compete with the best week in and week out in the Nationwide Series, and I feel like that we justify you know, a full-time sponsorship, and that's definitely what we're working to put together for next year.
Let's hear from our race winner real quick, Brad Keselowski. He drives at number 88, U.S. Navy Chevrolet for Dale Earnhardt.
Did they skip it?
No, we've already had, Pops has already said his piece. Brad, let's hear from you. your thoughts about picking up that it's a great win for you tonight. Your thoughts?
Awesome. You know, this is Bristol, man. This is cool. You know, I've always loved this place. I've ran good here. I don't know why we struggled like we did in qualifying, but it really didn't matter. Our car was just so good in the race, and thank everybody on my team for a great car. The pit stops, you know, just made it that much easier for me. We gained spots on pit road both times, and big spots, you know, ones that I was going to have a hard time passing. I knew Kyle was going to be really tough to pass, and, you know, they got him for me on pit road. They got Denny Hamlin for me on pit road, all guys that were great, and I was going to need some help with, and they got it done on pit road today. That was big, and then I got some help from Clint. You know, I don't know exactly what happened with him there, but, you know, I knew, or I felt like if I put a little bit of pressure on him, that I might catch a break, and that seems to be what might have happened there.
Any questions upstairs in the press box for either Dale, Tony, or Brad?
Stand by. We got a question.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. This is for Tony Eury Sr. And Dale Jr. Could you talk a little bit about Brad's development through the season, ever since he handled himself so well in that run-in with Denny Hamlin at Lowe's? It seems like the rest of his season has just taken off.
Did you catch that, Tony? The development of Brad during the course of the season.
Well, you know, we've seen a lot of development last year, and a little bit that he drove for us last year when we made a driver change. And you know, I think Dale Jr. been watching him before that, and knew this guy had a lot of talent, and that was why we made the change. We were running out of cars for one reason. We had to do something to help the company out. So we made a change, and you know, Dale Jr. is the one that spotted him. He'd been watching him, and we put him in the car, and he did exactly what Dale Jr. thought he was going to do. So you know, we're really happy. You know, some of the racetracks we've been to this year, he's been a rookie at, and he hasn't performed like a rookie. So we're charging hard for this championship, and you know, we're going to give Clint and Carl, we're going to give them a run for it. We might not win it, but they're going to know we're there. We're going to give them a run for it for sure.
Dale, your thoughts about Brad's development?
Well, Brad has a lot of intangibles as a driver. You know, to be able to compete and succeed under a pressure situation like this evening. You know, running second to Clint. Clint looked pretty strong enough to win the race, and Brad, you know, stayed calm and didn't make the mistakes that you might typically see in a guy with the limited experience that he has. But so he has a lot of intangibles that you really can't teach. And I think working with Tony Sr., Tony's a great mentor. I've experienced that myself, and I think that those two things especially are good for Brad. Really, having Tony on his side and a guy like that to help him and have his back, because Tony Sr. definitely has your back at all times. And you know, like I said, I saw a lot of things in Brad early that you really you can't teach and rarely pick up over a course of experience or a course of years. He already kind of had those. I think growing up in a racing family really paid off for Brad, and trying to, you know, really understanding how things work. But throughout the season, he has, you know, I think the incident in Charlotte really forged a bond between the entire team. Really kind of melted those guys together and welded them together pretty tightly. They felt very strongly about having some injustice there at Charlotte, and I feel like that really motivated them and made them charge harder and work harder. And you know, a lot of credit's got to go to Tony Sr. You know, just for being a good leader. He really gets people underneath him and within his team to want to do good and want to work hard, and under any situation they'll put forth all the effort, and that's got to motivate Brad as a driver to see those kind of efforts coming from his team.